In 1979, Iran changed completely. The old government, the Pahlavi dynasty, was overthrown by a revolution. A new government, the Islamic Republic, took its place. This government was different. It was based on religion, specifically Islam. The leader of the revolution, Ayatollah Khomeini, became very powerful. He didn't trust Western countries, especially the United States. This distrust shaped Iran's relationships with other countries. The revolution changed a lot in Iran. It made religion very important in the country's politics and society. Iran's government is a mix of two ideas, power from God and power from the people. The constitution, the set of rules for the government, says both are important, but power from God often comes first. The idea of velayat-e-faqih means religious leaders should be in charge. Ayatollah Khomeini believed this strongly. Some people in Iran and around the world agree with this idea and others don't. Iran has leaders that people vote for, like the president and members of parliament. But it also has leaders chosen by religious leaders, like the Guardian Council. These two groups sometimes disagree, which makes Iran's government unique. The most powerful person in Iran is the supreme leader. Right now, that's Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. He's been the supreme leader since 1989. The supreme leader is both a religious and political leader. He's in charge of the military and makes important decisions about the country. A group of religious leaders, the Assembly of Experts, chooses the supreme leader, but another group, the Guardian Council, chooses who can be in the Assembly of Experts. The supreme leader chooses many important people in the government and the military. He has a lot of power in Iran. The government in Iran works hard to stay in power. They use different groups to make sure people follow the rules. One important group is the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, or IRGC. They are a powerful military group that reports only to the supreme leader. They also have a lot of power in the government and the economy. The IRGC has an intelligence group that looks for people who don't agree with the government. The regular police and the Basij, a volunteer group, also help keep order. The Basiji has many people who watch what others do and tell the government if anyone speaks out against them. This makes people afraid to say what they really think. Courts also help the government maintain control. Special courts decide cases about national security. These courts often don't give people a fair trial. The internet is everywhere, but in Iran, the government controls what people see online. They block websites like Facebook and Twitter. They also want to create their own internet, separate from the rest of the world so they can control what information people see. The government also watches what people do online. They use technology to see who is speaking out against the government. This makes people afraid to say anything online. Iran says it protects Muslims everywhere, but inside Iran, some religious and ethnic groups are treated badly. The government says it protects some minority groups like Christians, Jews, and Zoroastrians. But other groups like the Baha'i are not protected. The Baha'i people are not allowed to go to school or get good jobs. Their businesses are attacked and their religious buildings are destroyed. Other groups like Sunni Muslims also have problems. They can't easily build mosques or practice their religion freely. People who leave Islam for another religion can be put in jail or even killed. Ethnic minorities like Kurds and Arabs also face discrimination. They don't have the same opportunities as other Iranians, and their culture and language are suppressed. Iran's government affects how it interacts with other countries. A long time ago, Iranian students took over the US embassy and held Americans hostage. This created big problems between the two countries. Iran also supports groups that some countries call terrorists. This also causes problems. Iran is building missiles and wants nuclear power. Western countries are worried about this. Iran also has friends. They support the government in Syria and have close relationships with Russia and China. Iran wants to be a powerful country in its region. Iran's government looks strong, but it has problems. The economy is bad and people are struggling. People are upset about high prices, lack of jobs, and not enough opportunities. Young people are especially unhappy. They don't like the strict rules about how they should live. Many people don't trust the government anymore. They see government leaders living well while they struggle. Other countries, especially the United States, are putting pressure on Iran. This makes the economic problems worse. In 2023 and 2024, Iran's problems have continued. The economy is still bad and people are unhappy. The government is cracking down on anyone who speaks out. In 2022, a young woman, Mahsa Amini, died after being arrested by the police. This made many people very angry and led to big protests. The government stopped the protests with force, but the problems that caused the protests are still there. The economy is getting worse and people are struggling. Some leaders in Iran want to be even stricter. They want more control over people's lives and are more aggressive towards other countries. This makes many Iranians lose hope. Iran's future is uncertain. It needs to find a way to deal with the problems its people face.